Hello, my name is Tom Staley. I'm Secretary of the New York Theater Organ Society, and we are in the Middletown Paramount Theater in Middletown, New York. I'm the curator of the Wurlitzer organ that is here in this theater. Along with several other volunteers from the New York Theater Organ Society, we maintain this instrument. This theater was built in 1930 as a sound movie theater by Paramount, and originally had a 3-manual, 11-rank Balaban Wurlitzer, which was removed around 1960 and went to a private residence out on the West Coast. Unfortunately, it was damaged badly by one of the brush fires that they have out in the LA area. However, the console survived and is now playing in the Orpheum Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. The organ that we have in the theater now was originally in the Claridge Theater in Montclair, New Jersey. In the early 80s, the Arts Council of Orange County was given this theater by the city of Middletown to restore it as a performing arts theater, and they asked the Theater Organ Society if we could find an organ and reinstall it. A gentleman by the name of Bob Seeley, who was the head of our crew at that time, acquired this instrument. It was donated to us by the owner of the Claridge Theater in New Jersey, where it hadn't played in many, many years. And our crew got together and we restored the instrument and put it back into the chambers here at the Middletown Paramount. So we now have an organ that's used for being played before movie shows and other performances here in the theater. It works very well in this house. The theater is acoustically an excellent room, and the theater and the organ make a perfect match. We're now in the lobby of the theater. The theater is now owned by the city of Middletown, and it's operated by Majestic Star Entertainment, and Nelson Page, who is the director of that company. It's used for first-run movies now. They recently put in digital movie equipment and surround sound, classic films, and many live stage shows. Tonight there'll be a band concert on the stage. With me here is Lowell Sanders, who's been on our crew for many years, and one of the other members of our organization that helps us out here, Rob Kleinschmidt. Our other crew member right now, Jack Stone, wasn't able to be here, but he also works with us on the organ. I'm sitting at the 3-manual Wurlitzer console at the Middletown Paramount. As I mentioned, the organ that we moved into here in the mid-1980s came from the Claridge Theater in Montclair, and it was a 2-manual console and 10 ranks of pipes. We added 2 additional ranks of pipes to that organ, and in the late 90s we acquired this 3-manual console, which originally was in the Bailey Theater in Buffalo, New York, and is virtually the same as the console that came with the original Paramount organ. This is wood, that one was painted white, but other than that, it's very suitable for the decor of the theater and for the operation of the organ. Originally, when we installed the organ, we had the original Wurlitzer relay systems and switching systems, and when we put the new console in, we added an electronic switching system and relay system to it and re-specified the organ. Our chairman at the time, chairman of the Theater Organ Society, Dave Kopp, who was a very fine organist, laid out the stop arrangement here and was able to get the maximum amount of sounds out of these 12 ranks of pipes. We're now in the main chamber, which is on the left side of the theater, and it contains 6 of the ranks of the organ, including several of the percussions and the so-called traps, drums, cymbals, castanets, tambourines, all those different components of the organ are in this chamber. The voices in here are the concert flute, 3 voices and strings, diapason, and the clarinet. And the extension pipes that you see, the longer pipes, are the extensions of those ranks. Diaphone, Gordon, and so on. There's an electronic relay, as I mentioned, and some of that you can see is mounted on the wall at the end of the chest where the electronic components are. The last component of the organ that we restored and installed was this harp, marimba harp, which just squeezes into a separate little chamber that we created for it. We had to make the wall here in such a way that the panels can be taken out to make room to move the instrument if we need to do any servicing on it. But it adds a very, very excellent percussion voice to the organ. Looking into the bar row now, the organ is winded by a 7.5 horsepower 3-phase Spencer blower, and that's what this big green thing is that you're seeing with the red motor on it. It provides the wind pressure for the entire organ. There's a wind line that runs up over the proscenium and comes down into the chamber on the other side. We are now in the solo chamber, which is on the right side of the theater. There are also 6 ranks of pipes here, in addition to several of the percussions. The xylophone, the glockenspiel, the tuned sleigh bells. In this rank we have the tibia, vox humana, orchestral oboe, canura, and English post horn. We added a 16-foot extension to the tibia, which gives the organ a very good bass. And the 16-foot tubas are way over in the back corner there. And it's all fitted in here, but it's very, very tight. Well, I'm in our little workshop here. This is very handy because it gives us space. It's up on top of where the dressing rooms are. And it allows us to do maintenance work that needs to be done on this organ, rebuilding things like the marimba that we saw a few minutes ago. But right now what we're doing here is our crew have volunteered to help to re-leather the secondary pneumatic valves that go into the Brooklyn Paramount Long Island University organ. So we take the old valves with the 1928 leather out, we bring them up here and we get them re-leathered and then take them back to Brooklyn and reinstall them. Thanks for watching.